First one is House.
McClellan and Reynolds.
Cool. Favorite show?
Breaking Bad right now.
Cool. Favorite song?
I have to go Photosynthesis by Sava.
Favorite hobby?
Cooking and baking.
Favorite food to make then?
I really like making cinnamon babka.
And favorite squash player?
Camille Sturm.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite squash shot?
Forehand kill.
And what are you going to major in college?
Right now I'm thinking a double major in either women's gender sexuality studies or history and some type of science.
How did you get into playing squash, and why have you stuck to that sport?
I got into playing squash because my mom was a squash player at Princeton, and she introduced the sport to me when I was pretty young. And I think I kept with it because I really enjoyed the fast-paced nature of it and the fact that it's very analytical.
Awesome. And so how did your game evolve over time? And are there any aspects of like coaching that you really, think brought your game to a higher level?
I would say that my game moved at a pretty slow rate until I came to Lawrenceville. And I think that particularly during sophomore, junior year, my game just really took off under the guidance of Rob and Narelle Kruzak, who are the coaches here.
Cool. And was there any specific piece of advice that you think really helped change your game?
For me, it definitely was learning to, during a match, stare in the corner, a very specific, the back right corner of the court every time I made a mistake, and just put all my anger and frustrations there to sort of clear my head.
What is the team doing this winter, and how are you all managing the virtual situation?
So we do have ghosting offered as part of the school, but a lot of the team has decided to continue with their own training as well. I know that some of us are able to get on court with our coaches or by ourselves, which is really great. But I think a lot of people are also, using the gym and the outdoors to stay in shape.
And as captain, are there any pieces of advice that you could give to an up-and-coming squash player?
My main piece of advice would be run for every shot. I think that's what carried me through a lot of matches, is just my ability to keep going and going and going and just be kind of a scrappy player that a lot of people ended up underestimating. And then also just keep working at it, practice your shots, and you'll get there eventually.
Sounds good. Given that you've committed to play squash at Amherst, what are you most looking forward to about playing squash in college?
I think it'll be really fun to see the game sort of switch from that of a very individual sort of competitive game to much more team-oriented, because I think in college you really aren't playing as much for yourself anymore, and I think that might take some of the pressure off, and I think it'll just be nice to sort of meet a new group of women and see how the college experience is.
What is one moment from your experience as a Lawrenceville player that you'll probably stick to you for a while? Was there any highlights of being a squash player here?
Yes, my highlight of my Lawrenceville squash career was last year at Nationals when we were playing Andover in the 7-8 playoff, and even though we had just lost the fourth match, and it's out of 7, so we had officially lost, but I was in a very, very, very close 5-set match with this girl who was significantly higher than me in terms of the ranking system, and I won in 5, and I will never forget that feeling.
Sounds great. All right, thanks a lot, and that's it.